Good afternoon, YouTubers. Tsquare here with Tsquare Talk. So, got something, I kind of wanted to share this. It's kind of a story. It's kind of why I think people are kind of starting to wake up to this whole fiat currency money system that we live in. A lot of us have already woken up to this. If you're watching the channel, I would say the majority of you guys watching the channel are already woken up to this is not money. This is just fiat paper, and no different than really toilet paper, except it's probably a little bit more durable. But we're going to talk a little bit about that tonight, and a really interesting story that came up last night. So, but before I get started, please take a quick minute, hit that thumbs up button for me. It really helps me out. It's Monday. I'm not a big fan of usually doing videos on Monday, but I'm trying to keep the rhythm. I have a belief that once you want to create a habit, you have to do that habit for 2-3 weeks nonstop, and then you can create the habit. But as soon as you break that habit, it's hard to get back into it. So I'm trying to do videos every day. So it really helps me out if you guys do hit that thumbs up button. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button and leave me a comment. Let me know what you guys think about this. Real quick note, I will probably be rolling out, excuse me, rolling out a August giveaway setup. And I'm not sure yet what night next week we'll be doing the July. And we'll take a look at that just to let you all know that that is coming up. If you've been following the channel for a while, you understand how all that works. If you're new, well, you'll catch on real quick with the August one, about ready to roll out pretty soon. So with that being said, I only have 3 shout out videos. Today's the last day if you want to do a shout out video. For those of you that don't know what a shout out video is, you do a quick little 2-minute video. You know, there's 3 channels here that have already done it. You don't have to have a channel, because I think it was JM Sparger that don't have a channel, but he did a great shout out video. New Marshall's had a channel for a while, and I can't remember if Lax Rockets had a channel or not. I think you already had a channel, Lax. So with that being said, it's an easy way to win some free silver. There's only 3 entries, so your odds are 1 in 3, 33%. Okay, so on with the topic for tonight. So late last night, about 11 o'clock last night, I had one of the ladies on my street shoot me a text, and it was just a Facebook link. And so I was like, man, that's weird, texting me this late at night. So I clicked on it, and sure enough, it happened to be a post on Facebook that was talking about the fiat currency. And I said, what? Now, this lady, to give you a little perspective, this lady is a Democrat. So I'm always cautious. Let me shut that off. I don't know if y'all can hear that. I'm always cautious to talk politics or money system or any of that with Democrats. Now, if you want to help me out and kind of help my understanding a little bit, let me know. If you're a Democrat or a Republican, I would love to hear that. There's nothing wrong with it. I actually had a subscriber leave me a great comment a couple weeks ago. It said Democrats and Republicans, they're the 2 wings, right wing and the left wing, are part of the same bird. Pretty sure I said that right. And you know, it made sense. But I'm just so used to, it seems like, Democrats kind of not agreeing with some of my stuff that I say. Even when I try to explain it to them, it's really hard. I think I've only helped one Democrat really get into silver hardcore. She's a millionaire, and she wanted some advice on how she could get into silver if she wanted to get into silver. I don't give financial advice, but I'll tell people, you know, hey, where I buy my silver from, and I'll tell people my thoughts and opinions on why I buy silver and gold. And that was really all she wanted. And she ended up buying a bunch of gold at $1,300 and a bunch of silver at $17. And she did amazingly well. She's seen it go all the way up to $29 and then saw it come all the way back down to 18, I think. And then now it went all the way back up to, 25-ish, right around $24, $25. And she's in it for the long haul. And I've explained to her that when you buy precious metals, you're not really buying a coin. What you're buying is an insurance policy. This insurance policy will always have a certain amount of value. And as they erode away the dollars, and you'll see basically everything we buy start going up in price, including silver and gold. And so with that being said, it's important. That's why I think it's important to buy silver and gold. But back to the story. So when this lady texted me this last night, I sent her a text back with a couple videos, not my videos, but other reputable YouTubers that talk a lot about the same stuff I talk about. I don't share in my neighborhood. I'm a prepper. I'm a investor in gold and silver. I don't really share that only because I don't want people knowing too much about me. As far as my neighborhood goes, I'm the neighborhood weirdo. The guy that grows a cornfield in his little backyard and grows a lot of vegetables, and people don't really see me that much. And that's okay with me. I know my neighbors. I talk with them. But I just don't talk about this stuff. But the reason I do talk to them is I want them to know, I want to know who they are. I want to know a little bit about them, because I have a belief when stuff starts collapsing, who knows how to do what? I don't mind if people know, I'm a gardener. I'm retired military and I enjoy my garden, and that's it. I don't share why I enjoy my garden. I don't share why I do all this stuff, but I know that I have a retired sniper down the road. He was a Marine sniper or an Army sniper. I don't know what, but needless to say, military. I know that I've got 3 or 4 gun enthusiasts on my street. I know who can do what. I know that there's a Mexican lady down the road that she's a really good cook. But knowing these things and what people can do is going to help if we see a major economic collapse. Because knowing how to fix stuff, knowing how to prepare stuff, knowing how to do stuff, really gives you an edge. And like I said, I think people are starting to wake up to this, because that Facebook post had been shared quite a bit. And at the end of the post, it said, hey, share it on Facebook. And it talked about how it's important, one, that they didn't fully understand it, but I think it was a step in the right direction. It explained why it's important that we use cash and not credit. They understood that every time someone uses a credit card for a purchase, it basically, with all the transaction fees, the bank makes a commission off every single time. But when there's a paper transaction, it said, that same $50 bill or that same $100 bill, it still has the same $100 bill. They accepted it. It's kind of what money's supposed to be, and that was what they explained. They didn't go too much into gold and silver, and that money is supposed to retain its value, which means that the products we buy with it should basically maintain. We should still be able to buy a gallon of gas for $0.25, still be able to buy a can of soup for $0.10, but you can't. And why can't you? Because more money being printed is basically causing inflation. And a lot of people just don't really fully understand that concept, but I have a belief they're going to understand it. I don't know if you guys heard in Africa, they had just given a talk a couple days ago about how from here out, they're not against the dollar. They have nothing against the U.S. But from here out, when they trade Africa, one African state to another African state, they're going to start using their own local currency. It's not against the dollar. It's not intended to hate the dollar or any of that. It's just that if we want something from the U.S., then we'll pay in dollars. And if we want something from Africa, then we're going to pay in African currency. And that is the start of waking up. So that really limits the need for these in Africa. But it's not just Africa. It's Middle Eastern countries. It's China. It's Russia. It's Lebanon. It's all these other countries that are waking up to what's really going on. And that is a shift to de-dollarize. They may not call it that because nobody wants to kind of poke the bear, I guess you could say. But on the end, they're tired of having their money printed away and basically losing value. They hold these dollars, and that's really a gift for us that they hold all this currency, because as time goes on and they no longer need as many, they're going to start sending them, a lot of them, back this way. And as they start coming back here, we are going to see inflation like you would not believe. And it's a scary thought. And that's why I tell you guys, my personal opinion, you should not just be stacking precious metals, but you should also be having food on hand, having water on hand. Think of extra ways you can get that stuff without maybe spending a ton of money. I've started cleaning out my gallon jugs, filling them up with tap water and throwing them in a spare bedroom. Why? Because it costs me nothing. I throw that plastic jug away in the trash at the end. It goes in a landfill. Now I keep it. I fill it with tap water. While the tap water is, I'll say, semi-good, but it's there. I'm not a big fan of tap water personally. But if things got ugly, I probably won't be able to go to the store and buy a gallon of water. And that's where the tap water will kind of play in. If the grid went down, some major event, I actually had read a theory today. It was either this morning or yesterday. Well, you guys, for me, it was yesterday or the day before. For you guys, because I'm filming the video the night before. But I was reading something about how, the internet could actually get shut off, or the power grid could actually get shut off. Now, we've talked about that theory before. I've never talked about the internet getting shut off, but it's a way to control people. You've seen some countries, they don't allow the internet. A lot of it's blocked off. They don't want their people reading, specifically like North Korea. They don't want them knowing what goes on in the rest of the world. Now, are there, what do they call those little, it moves your GPS or whatever, so it looks like you're somewhere else. But where I'm going with that is you never know what could happen. And the biggest thing that I want you guys to take is little by little, people are waking up to this. And they're waking up to this, and they're moving over from this to this. And the more people move away from this, the less this is going to be worth. And that's what I want you to take from this video. I chose this video too because it's Monday. And like I said, I don't get a ton of likes on Monday videos. So I'm hoping this video will kind of help. One, it will get some likes. And two, it's a video that it's probably not a huge message, because if you're already stacking, you're stacking, and you really don't care if people are waking up or not. It's not going to change that you're stacking. But it is a piece of encouragement for the people that have been stacking, and maybe they're starting to feel a little bit like, man, silver's already going back down again. We've been down this circle over and over and over again, and it never ends. The end is near, I believe. It's not going to be a pretty ending, but if you're prepared, you could turn out of that ending really well. And when the system starts over, depending on your age, you could be sitting pretty. I'm trying to position myself and my son especially to live a good life, that with all that precious metals and stuff. And, if you understand it, you'll be all right. So it's generational wealth. They call it that for a reason. So with that being said, I don't want to drag this video out too long. I want to keep it under 15. So I'm going to end this video. Please leave me a comment. Let me know what you guys think. Hit that like button. It really helps me out. And if you're not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. Take care, everybody, and y'all have a great day. Bye-bye.